You jumping? Jump, jump, jump. Y'all, this is gonna tire him out. Say hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. His Nana has a rebounder, which is a mini trampoline, and he loves getting on mine, so this is one of his mini birthday gifts. He had to get his own mini trampoline. Get it, baby, get it, get it.
You sweat?
Gonna tire him out. I know, right? He's gonna be tired. The perfect gift. Mama, you appreciate this gift, don't you? Papa, he's calling you.
Yeah, man, what's up?
Look at him jumping.
Just keep on jumping, man. Keep on jumping. You're going to rest well tonight.
Get it, baby, get it.
Oh, you guys, it is Saturday. It is so cold outside and rainy. It's how much?
It's 44 degrees.
44 degrees. So we have the fireplace on, you guys. It is cold. Y'all, we did a quick, easy breakfast today. I was in the mood for cereal and a sandwich. Don't mind my hair. I am deep conditioning. At least I did take the plastic bag off my head. I didn't think I wanted to come on camera with a plastic cap on my head.
You're working, Wayne.
Steve in his body. You better leave my baby alone.
Get the boy in his little bonnet. Let's go.
And our dude number 2 is back at home this weekend unexpectedly. He wasn't feeling too good, so he had an appointment for today. Y'all, this crazy changing weather. This changing weather, and anybody that deals with allergies, wait a minute, you guys are a little crooked. Anybody that deals with allergies, this weather is just, it's cold one day, it's hot the next day. Yes, baby. So.
What?
What did he say?
I don't know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
What you say, Jackson? What you say, baby? So anyway, he had an appointment this morning. So he's back home, which is great because he was just telling us about Jackson.
He wants Papa to look at him.
He wants Papa to please look at him jump.
All right.
They jump in with you.
No, Papa, jump.
That's all I can give you, man. I need you something, everything else. I can't give you no more, son.
Listen, man, I went hiking yesterday.
You went hiking.
My gosh.
No wonder it was hard for you to breathe if you went hiking.
Oh
You went high up.
my gosh.
High up.
Listen, I'm
I
feeling it
forgot
right
you were supposed. That's
you
another
hiking at?
reason why your chest was feeling tight, babe.
Why
You didn't tell me you went hiking.
Where you go? Tell me about it.
Lord have
now.
mercy.
Me and my Christian group, we went because there's a guy in our group, his name is Melvin, and we call him Grandpa Melvin because he's in bed at like 7, he's asleep by like 8. But he's up early in the morning. So after some of our group, like our large group meetings, we'd go like to cookout and we'd be out a little late at night and he would be with us. We was like, okay, he take one for the team. We're gonna take one for the team for him. So yeah, so let's go on a sunrise hike. You know, like hike and watch the sun come up. First of all, the sun never came up. We didn't see a thing. We just saw clouds
Cause of this
just
crazy
fall.
weather.
Listen to me. As if the hike wasn't hard enough, God said, you know what? I'm gonna add pouring rain and thunder
No.
and lightning.
Are you serious?
Listen, I'm like,
Hey,
bro.
why you didn't tell me all of that when you told me you weren't feeling good yesterday?
I'm like, yo. It's like pouring rain. Like pouring rain.
Oh my, you got soaking wet.
When was this?
Oh my,
Yesterday morning.
Stephen.
Yesterday I turned over in the bed, and then just if it wasn't enough, I threw another pillow, man. Look, I was.
Bless your heart. No wonder you weren't. Man, you left all those important details out when you was telling your mama you weren't feeling good and your chest was feeling tight.
Where y'all at?
Man, looking like something gonna come out them woods.
I'm gonna wait for it.
And then
That's
what
at
is?
the top. Look at me.
And then that altitude,
That's all we saw right there.
babe. But that altitude will
What's all about?
Watch this.
Oh my goodness.
And then
honey.
now it's raining. That's raining.
that
That's us
lightning?
raining. Yeah.
Well, yo, everything
Raining.
don't change. Then you should be.
Babe, do you know how the altitude can affect your breathing?
Yeah, I know. But on the radar, it didn't say it was gonna rain, so I was like, okay, cool, like, it's fine.
The weatherman was wrong. No, that ain't no. That's
Oh my goodness. Well, you trying to see everybody. Come here while you looking. You trying to see everybody.
Listen to me.
Excuse
I would do
me.
it again though, for sure. Like,
Hey,
summertime,
everybody.
though.
Hey, everybody.
Look over here. Look right here.
Say, hey, everybody.
You too busy looking at yourself on the. Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Say hey everybody. Acting like your papa. Oh my goodness. Cause I remember when we went in Yosemite National Forest with your Uncle Rowdy. The higher we got up. The higher we got up in those mountains, the more my chest really started feeling tight. Like you, listen, honey, what? You just conveniently left that part out about, Vietnam.
Where did you go? What was it that you went?
Crowder's Mountain.
Crowder's Mountain. And where did you go? You went to
Yosemite in California.
So you went to one mountain and I went to the candy store.
You went to the candy store.
Yeah.
What you mean when we went up to what was that place?
No, y'all went somewhere great. I did too.
So the candy store is great. You tell me when you went to Sam's to the candy store. Listen, whatever. Okay.
What, Denise? It's true.
That part.
It's true. I ain't never been. Oh, I did go up a mountain. Yes, I did.
When you go up a mountain. See, you can't even
I was
remember.
with you.
You ain't went up no mountain. You can't remember.
I drove up the mountain though.
What mountain we go up? Pilot Mountain.
Where did we go?
I don't know.
What was the name
But
of
babe, that was the important part. Why did you just conveniently leave all that out? You didn't want me to feel like you was a wimp, like you couldn't handle the mountains.
I knew I could handle it.
But why you didn't
I
tell
started
me
out in
that
the front,
when we were
ended in the
talking
back.
and you were saying you weren't feeling
The
good?
houses was real low when we was looking down there.
Y'all, listen.
What was me and you at? We drove around the house.
Oh, yeah, when we went with Tony. We went with Tony up to the mountain to see the
Appalachian.
yeah, but no. Was it Blue Ridge? Anyway, I know what you're talking about. We did a little video on it, babe.
See, I did go up the mountain.
Yeah, you did. That don't count when me and Steven didn't. No, we went up the real mountain.
It was funny though, cause like it was 8 of us in all. It was 4 athletes and just 4 students. The athletes were in the front, they were chilling. The students and the baby over there.
Oh my goodness. Babe.
I started out because I had a little light on my head. I started out in the front, I ended in the back. I was like, y'all just ain't gonna see today. Y'all depend on me, y'all just not gonna see today.
Now with the little light on your head.
Pass the light like a baton. Honey, it's your turn.
There you go, man. There you go. Man, my calf, I was like, man, we should have stretched.
You didn't stretch. Oh my goodness.
How was Pawpaw doing?
He was chilling. Like, he was good the whole time.
Wow.
Then he up there climbing on the rocks. I'm like, nah, you got that. It's lightning outside. He climbing on rocks.
Oh wow.
And then like before you got to the top, it was like some stairs that you had to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And coming back down, the stairs were wet from the rain.
Did you slip? Oh. Did anybody slip and fall?
Somebody did, yeah.
Oh. Another thing we can talk about too, Steven, you had before we get to that, the response to the gift bags, and then there was a question for you too in the video. So how did the kids respond to getting the care packages?
They were super excited about it. A lot more excited than I thought they would be.
Really?
Yeah, like, so with being a resident assistant, like you have some residents that you talk to a lot more often and that hold a conversation. And then like some residents that kind of just like go on by you a little bit, that way they don't see you. But like everybody responded pretty well, like even the ones that I don't really talk to the most. They responded really well, and they really liked the gift bag. They didn't know that I was doing like the actual bags. When I sent out an email, and was saying like, hey, like stop by my room, like I have gifts for you all. So when they came in there, like I had the day before, I had made all the bags and all that. Yeah, like how Mom showed, and I just had them sitting on the ground, so that way I could just grab it and give it to them. And when they saw that, like when I opened my door, they saw them on the floor, and they were just like, whoa, like you have like actual bags for us. And I was like, yeah. And it was like, oh wow, okay, like I wasn't expecting that. So, but like they really appreciated it though. They loved it. I don't know what they said, but I heard like the swim team was talking about it.
So word went around school?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Let me ask, well, how was the difference response between the males and the females?
Yeah. So the males, and they saw this, hey man, appreciate it, just dabbed me up and walked out. And then the females, oh my gosh, you have actual gift bags? Wow. Like, it was just two total different responses though.
Did you get any proposals for marriage? I mean, for
No.
Not for marriage.
Nah, but yeah, like it was definitely like a huge difference in the responses for sure though. But like I said, everybody appreciated it though, and that was what mattered.
And the custodian, I know, because you sent me a message about Mom. The response from the custodian was priceless.
Yeah.
Like, what did she do?
Cause I was like, the first day I handed them out, cause everybody didn't get them all at once. Like I still have a few people that haven't got it because they went on vacation with their family for Easter.
Oh, okay.
So the first day I didn't see her, and I'm like, okay. I was like, maybe I'll just see her tomorrow. So the second day I was coming back from breakfast, and like she was downstairs, like on the first floor, and I saw her little, like she has like a little like a cart, yeah, with like the trash and the cleaning supplies. I saw her cart, and I was like, okay, where's she at? And I was listening, and I heard something because we have like communal bathrooms downstairs. So I went to the communal bathroom, and she was in there. And no, I saw her at first, like I just waved at her, and then I went to get the gift, and I came back, and I looked, and she's like, hey, and I was like, I have a question. I was like nothing, I don't want anything out there, but I have a like a gift bag for you. And like she just immediately started smiling. And like, she just stopped what she was doing, and she started smiling. Like it looked like she wanted to cry. It looked like she did, but like she stopped, she smiled, she kind of like just touched her like hard enough a little bit. And she just kept saying thank you.
Did you say anything to her, like while you were giving it to her?
Yeah, and I was like, I said, I'm an RA here, and I did like these little gift bags for my residents. I said, but I wanted to make sure you got one too. I said, I'm not sure if the university does anything for you. I said, but it's like on behalf of us, like to show our appreciation for you, like this, we got you a gift bag.
Oh, that's sweet.
And yeah, like I said, she's like just smiling, really cheesing. So I got her name too. So like now when I see her, I talk to her.
You can call her name.
Yeah. So. But yeah, it was dope though.
That's really cool. For that reason, you know, those are the person that people look over.
Yeah.
Or people take for granted until they're not there. They're the people that a lot of us just take them for granted. For instance, just an example, garbage men. You take them for granted until they don't run, and then the garbage start piling up, and all of a sudden, you know the importance of that person.
So what's the name they call
sanitation.
Sanitation.
Sorry, but the point that's been made is she's doing the work every day, and I know she may be getting paid, but to say, you know, thank you. And I know for most parents, that's, you know, for parents, she's cleaning and taking care of the dorms, and that's what she gets paid for. The parents cleaning up your room and cleaning up everything regardless, and you ain't saying thank you to parents.
But honey, y'all, some of y'all's college students are nasty. Woo, you saw a lot of stuff when you went to school. Oh my goodness, some of the stuff that he has shared, that he has seen in bathrooms and stuff, it's like, wow, are you kidding me?
Someone walked in and saw pineapples in the shower. I was like, what's going on?
I remember pineapples in the shower.
What's going on here?
Pineapples in the shower?
Pineapple kill. I'm like, hey man, what we doing? What's going on?
So what we doing?
What's going on? Like this, it was multiple just on the ground. I'm like, bro, there's no way.
Wow.
There's no way.
And after that video, we had a question from one of our YouTube family members that wanted you, when I mentioned that you, when you went to college, you were on a full athletic basketball scholarship. And they wanted you to elaborate on that as it pertains to scholarships. And I know, in my opinion, a lot of it is going to depend on even like a regular scholarship. your counseling department and your high school counselor, they will have a lot of information as it pertains to regular scholarships and just the thoroughness of your counselor. And then you as a parent can go out and Google and get information too about scholarships. But I know one thing as it pertains to the athletic scholarship, in my opinion, which is a totally different ball game. I think a lot, sometimes it has to deal with the school. That was one of the reasons why, well, the main reason why we actually changed his high school, because we knew our goal was an athletic scholarship, and we knew that the coach that was at that school, there was just nobody like him, and we had a plan. And that's why we changed schools. So to give information, they can speak more on that than I can.
That sent ripple effects through the city.
Yeah,
because
when we changed the school.
Yeah, we changed the school. That sent ripple effects through the city because what people didn't understand was he was at the #1 academic school in
one of them.
One of the number one. Well, no, one of the #1 academic schools in our city. And when he made the transition to a school that has some challenges, and the question was asked from me on my job, why would you, because people had to apply to get into the school that he was at.
Yeah, we had to, it was a
It was
lottery.
a waiting list, so yeah, lottery. And so he's in, and so everybody, I mean, we're talking parents that's way on the other side of the town, just barely in the county, was fighting to try to get their kids in the school that he was in. And we are leaving the school. Now, he didn't have any academic problems. He was, his grade, what was your grade when he was there before we left?
A's and B's.
A's and B's. So
A's and B's,
Like,
academically sound.
yeah, and so the school,
they didn't play that.
yeah, they played, it was a school for science,
Academically
science and technology. It was a school for science and technology. So so we wasn't running from the challenge of
I'm
academics.
talking about y'all didn't play that about grades. That's
So this academically sound school, and when he made the decision to go to this school, boy, y'all should have saw the heat that came in this city here. How did this happen? We need to look into this. So nevertheless, it was a fun thing. But I remember making the statement to a friend of mine that was at work because he didn't understand it. You send him, you let him go where? Mm-hmm. And so I told him, academics is left up to the parents. That's our responsibility to make sure he's academic. And mom wasn't playing no games. Wasn't playing any games. So no matter how, you can just take a kid to the best school in the nation. But if the school is not getting that follow-up, not gonna work. The kid has to want it.
And not only that, Stephen is a leader. He's not a follower. He's not easily influenced by other people. So we weren't worried about any of that. Our goal was, and even before we said okay, the year before he had expressed interest in wanting to go to this school, and I wasn't on board. But it's just amazing how God worked things out, and I ended up going on an interview at the school and had an opportunity to speak with the principal one-on-one, and some of the administration department, and it gave me a totally different outlook on the school. And it was amazing because even that first position that I interviewed for, I didn't get that job. And I felt like even that interview was really more so about Stephen than it was about me. And just I honestly believe in my heart that it was all part of God's plan for him to be at that school. And had I not had that opportunity to sit and talk with that administrative team, that wouldn't have happened. So even though I didn't get that job, after hearing the vision and things that the school was going to be doing, I thought, okay, this is where he wants to go. That's what we're going to do. And then fast forward months later, another position became available, and I received a call and still ended up working at the school. So, and this was the position that I wanted because I was used to having my summers off, and I needed my summers off. That first position, my summers, I wouldn't have off. So it was just amazing how God worked things out.
And also say, before I let Stephen speak to this thing, guys, there's a saying, there's a statement that I make a slogan, if you will, a statement that I often make with life. We say barriers and roadblocks and obstacles are set up for one reason and one reason only: to separate the committed from the uncommitted. Stephen gave up a whole lot for this transition. I mean, when you look at the big picture, but he was willing to give up. You know, he was willing to go through the barriers and the roadblocks and the obstacles. He was at the school, like I said, arguably, let's just say arguably, the #1 academic school in the city. Lottery had to get in, and he was there with his best friends. His what is it, grammar school? His grammar school, his brothers.
Middle school.
Yeah, so they grow up, there, they gave all of that up. So to get to where he, to make this decision. Now to the question that was asked about him. What tips could you give to someone? They're asking about an academic scholarship. Although
No, that's the athletics.
athletic scholarship. Although I was making the statement, although his academics, he could have definitely made maybe those academic.
Well, actually, and he may get into this, but he's no longer, because he ended up having, was it 3 surgeries? In all, he had 3 knee surgeries, so he's no longer on an athletic scholarship at college. Now it has flipped to an academic scholarship. So the academics had to be on point as well, but he's still on a full ride, and it's just academically now. So
to the question
about athletic, what
kind of advice you would give?
It's a lot of things that go into it, go into like an athletic scholarship. And that was one thing that I didn't know. Like early in high school, I just thought, okay, if I have 1 or 2 good games, I just know if I had like 1 or 2 good games, okay, I'm gonna get a scholarship. And like when I did,
1 or 2 good games.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm like, and then when I had those games, I'm like, all right, where the offers at? And like that's not really realistic. But I would say like, I feel like the more important things are definitely like the school that you're at. Because if you're at a school that doesn't win, okay, the coaches aren't going to come see people that don't win. So the school is definitely important. The coaches as well. Your coaches are super important. Because they have those connections. Yeah, they have those connections, and they talk to those college coaches. And if they put players in college already, okay, well they obviously know what goes into it. And I remember like when I first got to my new school that I transferred to, a few months in, that's when I hurt my knee the first time. And I remember I was in a brace, but my coach still had college coaches coming to talk to me. Like I wasn't even playing, but like he still had coaches come talk to me. So just seeing that, I'm like, that's crazy. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Like I'm not playing, but you still have coaches coming to speak to me and all that.
And not just any coach.
Yeah.
This high school team had what kind of coaches coming to practice?
Oh yeah.
D1's out the wazoo.
D1 coaches.
Out the wazoo, you'd love to see anybody in the gym.
First of all, you guys had to be at practice. Was it 6 o'clock in the morning? They had practice. This is a high school. 6 o'clock in the morning before school starts, they had practice. There were D1 coaches in the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Like coaches flying from like
in travel.
different states to come and like watch like, open gym and practices and all that. So I was like, okay, this is obviously like a different type of ball game for real.
Different type of ball.
And for me, it was crazy because it was like a who's who.
Yeah.
Because you go to these guys. I mean, you saw. I recall one time I went there, and all of these guys, they're coming through the door, and you think this dude blow it, and then another one come through the door and duck down so he can come in the door. You're looking at all these. Like, man, what in the world? And it's like a who's who in this city of basketball players all on that court together. So the coaches didn't have to go nowhere but one place.
Right.
And they were able to it was just a supermarket. Pick what you want, baby. It's all right here. So that was an amazing thing to see, to be able to see that.
So yeah, those two, like I said, school and the coaches are super important. Also, grades. Like coaches aren't going to entertain you if your grades aren't good, honestly. And like to the point that my dad was saying was like, yeah, like I went from the best academic school to one of the ones that kind of struggled. But like Dad said, the academics are left up to the parents and to the students. So just because like other students may not be doing their work doesn't mean that I'm not going to not do my work, you know. So because if you don't pass, you don't play. And like we said, my mom and dad, like they were, not even with just me, but with all my siblings, they were just stickler about our grades and getting good grades and all of that. So that's never been an issue. But grades are super important as well. And then AAU as well. AAU is really important. AAU basketball, but not just playing AAU, but getting on the right team. Because to some teams, like, they travel more than others, so that means that they get more exposure than other teams. And I was blessed too that my assistant coach for my high school was my head coach for my AAU team. So he already knew how I played. He knew my strengths, my weaknesses. He knew my game. Yeah, he knew my game. And like me and him, like to this day, we're still super close. So, but just having a good AAU team is really important because, like I said, it really gets you in front of the right coaches. It gets you like in the right tournaments. And like the coaches, they're not just throwing you in any AAU tournament just to say you play AAU. Like they're really particular about the tournaments that they want to play, especially during the live period. And that's where like college coaches are allowed to come out and watch you play. So they're really like particular about what tournaments to get into because they don't want to just throw you in any kind of tournament. So yeah, those are definitely important. Like AAU, your coaches, your high school, your grades, all of that is super important. But I would say probably one of the most important things that I learned, one of the most important things that I learned, what's he doing for your phone? It's not right there.
It's right there.
I'm charging.
Oh,
Yeah.
right past.
But one of the most important things that my mom and dad, honestly my whole family can attest to this, is like the work that you put in. Like my senior year, like I've never I've never in my entire life worked that hard. Like it would be like a day for me my senior year would be like I would get up for school. My second period I had weightlifting, so I would lift weights. After school I would go to my trainer and work out for about hour and a half. Right after that session I would go back to school and we would have open gym or like workouts or like cross country. And then after that workout, I would go home, eat, and chill. And then like I would get on the treadmill and run like 2 or 3 miles. And I did that pretty much every day my senior year. So with that, like yeah, like it was crazy. But with that though, I was like literally in love with it because I could see the difference between my game and like the people I was playing against. I could see the difference between my game and their game. And it's like it's a mindset of like, okay, I know you're not working as hard as me. I know for a fact you're not.
And you were team captain, right? Team captain. You sing.
So it was like, like I said, just the work that you put in is super important. Like if I had the mindset my senior year that I had my freshman year, it would have just been like a totally different ball game for real. But yeah, like the work that I put in though was just.
And let me say also add to that, a key thing, guys, we keep coming back to is academics. Because of his academics and the way he handled academics, my wife, we were clear on one thing. He was a student athlete, not an athletic student. But many parents or kids think they're just athletic students. No, academics came first here. So he was a student first, then athlete. And that carried over to his senior year. Because how many classes did you have your senior year?
Such a leader.
Because all of his grades was, he had taken care of all of his core classes. What do you have?
I had one class at my actual school, and then I had like 2 or 3 classes at a place called the Career Center.
Yeah, we have a place here that's called the Career Center, which actually gets you prepared even more so for college and careers. And so his high school, he really just had one class. He said, I really go to the Career Center. So that's where he spent the majority of his day, his senior year at the Career Center. And it was just and you did what, AP courses over there?
I did AP, Literature and Composition, which was like an English class, AP Psychology, and Honors History, U.S. History. So that was what I did at the Career Center, and then at the school I did Honors Math.
And that's what I'm saying, taking care of the academics.
Right.
So he had the space and the time to be able, because all of his core classes was done, he had space to be able to do a little more workout or, that edge. And going and getting that athletic scholarship, you're going to need that edge.
Yeah.
But even in that, guys, I want to talk about this, Steve, dealing with this. Even with that, it was okay, we're going to talk about this. 2 things I want to address. because it was to see the difference with him, and it was a silent, if you will, tension in the house. Y'all know where I'm going with this. It was a silent tension in the house, and God had to come through because there was a problem, which means a scholarship was offered to Stephen. Oh, here we go. Now everybody,
Yes.
So get this.
Yes.
I'm like, where are you going with this? Okay, I know where you're
Well,
going.
get this, guys, get this. Now, Mom, see, now this is what you have going on. Dad is looking at a bigger picture here, but Mom is looking at doggone that a scholarship was offered to him. A scholarship was a full ride, everything. And I mean, he went to visit the school. I'm not gonna say that, but he went to visit the school. Oh, they put on the dog and pony show.
Listen, I lie to you not. We visited that school how many times? Like 3 or 4 times?
At least.
I did not touch a door 3 or 4 times.
right.
I'm so serious.
They opened
No,
doors.
exactly. I did
Red
not touch
carpet,
a
baby.
door, yo.
Wait a minute, even when we got to the locker room, your name was outside on the door.
They had a picture on the locker, like if it was like my actual locker.
With your uniform
the
hanging
shirt,
there,
yeah, all
with
that.
the number that you currently wore.
And when he walked in the computer, his name was all on the computer.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God. So it was, they really did a phenomenal job. They did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
And I saw one of them in Atlanta when I was reffing. I saw one of them. We spoke about. Yeah.
But here's the amazing thing about that. So they made an offer, and they made an offer right then. It's a right now offer, and it's going to be a full ride. And this was expensive, very expensive. So it was a full ride. What was it, like $50K a year or something like that? But full ride. And all he had to do was just sign the name. All you had to do is sign the name.
And you remember we even went to a game. We went to a game and the head coach wanted to sit beside me because they was like, "Come on, I'm still here beside Mom."
But they was trying to butter Mom.
They was trying to butter
Mom
me
and
up.
me.
It was like, if I can get Mom, and then I know we're good.
And so what we did, and we were sitting there, so Stephen was reading me, but it came so early, and that's how some of the coaches, they got to play this thing right
It came
because,
really early.
you know, when you have a kid that a lot of people are going to be after, or potential, what would take place is if you get there early and make this offer, it's almost like, no, this is the last chance, you don't
That
know.
came in what, about October?
Your birthday, October 1st. Yeah.
So this school,
It
and I'm
came out.
sitting there, and I was like, oh, I mean, that was incredible, the thing, but nevertheless, a
Y'all, we
decision.
gonna make this video long. We sorry, y'all. We didn't
Y'all need to know this though.
long.
But this is a testament to the family because honestly, guys, y'all need to know this roller coaster ride because it was not smooth at all, and it was great tension in the household.
Why was there tension?
Well, the tension was in the household is because Mom wanted to sign right then.
Mom, and my coaches.
And
all
mind
on
you,
board.
this was in 2019.
Right.
This was
right before everything broke out on the
This
soul.
was 2019 before everything went.
So it was a full ride that was offered right there, and everybody was on the go. But Stephen was reading me. What is it that Dad wanted? And I'm sitting here looking, and I'm thinking, this is just the first offer, and we don't know what is to come. We have no idea what is to come. Now, yes, it's a gamble. This may be the only thing to come, but then again, it might be just the first of many things to come. And so with that coming on, and the pressure was really on, and Stephen was reading for me, and I got frustrated in this because I was like, Mom was really like, let's go. And I'm like, you don't want to jump too fast. This is what I'm thinking. And she's like, no, we need to sign it.
I wasn't that bad.
No, you were. Yes, you was, baby.
No, I wasn't.
And so what I did, I'm like, whatever you want to do. Go ahead.
I was just trying to make sure too that you weren't trying to live vicariously through Steven, I guess. I mean, like he didn't have a say in what he wanted to do. It's not, to me, I guess Mom gonna feel like a scholarship is a scholarship, and if it's what he wanted to do, but he wasn't accepting because of you, then.
And so what I was saying pretty much is this may be a great thing, but you don't know what is to come.
Right.
And so that's
like
where I
it was
was.
a gamble.
Yeah, it was a gamble either way around.
Fast
and so fast forward, but it did get to the point to where then the pandemic, that time hit, and everything just
screeching halt.
And nothing was calling nowhere, and we was like, oh my God.
But we went back for some type of, Stephen and I had to go back to this college for some type of was it Family Day or
No,
something?
it was something. So
Something for new.
because I got accepted for just a scholarship just for academics as well. I got
okay.
accepted to school. So
Okay.
they were saying like they wanted the students that got accepted just to come and like look at the school and tour the school and all that. So me and mom went. No, like it was probably like around like December-ish.
Because you were still in school.
Yeah.
And we missed school that day to go.
So
Dad was at work.
Yeah. So me and you went.
Okay.
But like I said, it was for the new students just to come and tour the school and all that.
Yeah.
So
But at this time,
so
what did we
while
get?
we were on campus, of course, we're there to tour the school because when we went that day, something happened and we didn't get to tour the resident halls or something for some reason when we were there originally with the coaches. We saw the gym and stuff. So Stephen and I went back and then we actually met with the head coach.
No, she met with the head because they split us up. They had the students and the parents. She met with the head.
Oh,
Because like I said, we were there before for the basketball, like for the visits and all that.
I went
So
back.
mom knew where the offices were. She knew where the gym was. She knew where all of that was at. So she took it upon herself to go and talk to the coach.
Okay.
I'm like, you did what? Where'd you go? I'm like,
Okay.
I'm over here touring the school and she's talking to the coach. I'm like, all right.
And what happened?
So pretty much,
I forgot about that.
yeah. So pretty much because they offer so early, they have what they call an early signing period, which is again what me, my mom, coaches, all of us want to do. I was
Early signing.
early signing. So usually people sign like people signing in colleges right now. But the early signing period is like November. So like I said, I wanted to, but I was reading my dad, and I kept telling my coach, I was like I'm on board. My mom is, but I don't feel like my dad is. And I
Coach
said,
was on board too.
Yeah, and 'cause this was a great school. So I was like I don't really know. So fast forward all of that, when mom went, because we were kind of uncertain, we were unsure and all that, like what was going on, because we had missed the early signing period. So mom went and talked to the head coach herself, and she just straight up and just asked, and I have to commend the coaches too, because they didn't sugarcoat anything. They just told her straight up. And so when she asked, she was like, Coach, like, we're here for like the academics, blah, 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 because like he got accepted, so we're into our school, but I have to hear from you. And she's like, does my son still have a full scholarship? And when she asked that,
Offer.
full athletic offer. And when she asked that, he answered, he was like,